What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. And if you guys just saw, that's right, we are going back to the track. That is loud. Really quickly, guys, before we get on to the rest of this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to all of my supporters. Thank you guys for believing in me and joining me and watching these videos. Hopefully I'm doing a good job in showing you guys how much fun this Camaro platform is, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Now if you do, make sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing if you haven't, because there's going to be a bunch more videos. There's a lot of stuff coming with this ZL1, and I can't wait to show you guys step by step how we get this thing going even faster. Been busy working on this truck here, but the Camaro is ready to go. It's a little dirty, you can't really tell, but one thing you'll notice is that we just have the rear drag pack on and not the front skinnies, and that's because the front 18x5 skinnies that I have did not clear, so we're gonna have to just make do with the rear drag pack. Now if you guys saw my last track video, this car ran an 11.4 at 124 spinning first to second, so ideally now with the drag pack we shouldn't have any more issues with spinning. And one thing I've done to kind of help us get the best we can out of this thing completely stock is I have also removed my passenger seat, guys. Now the passenger seat's super easy to remove. You just have two T50 screws in the bottom for the seat, and then it kind of just slides out. You have one plug and of course another T50 for the airbag. So very simple. Just make sure you have the seat all the way forward and the recline seat all the way to the front as well. I am leaving the back seat here, and that's just because there's really not that big of a weight difference, guys. I was hoping the biggest weight difference would be with the front wheels, which are pretty heavy. So we'll weigh the car. Hopefully the scales are working and see where we're at now. But enough of the talking, guys. Let's get to the track, show you guys it's beautiful weather. It's supposed to be much better than last time, and see how this car does. Hopefully we can beat our 11.4, maybe get as close as we can to that 10 and shoot for that 1099, guys. So stick around and enjoy the video. We are at the track, and man, I'm so bummed out. I really was hoping that we could have the full well drag pack on this thing, but nevertheless we got here very early. As you guys can see, there's only a couple cars in front of us, and we should be able to let this thing cool down quite a bit. The weather is really good. We're about to get started on our first pass, and the DA is pretty much zero. Crazy good weather for being March. So with the drag pack, we don't have our tire pressure monitors working, so the car will actually not do the launch control. So what we're gonna do is completely turn everything off and let this thing go to work. Well, guys, at least you're gonna get a good view of a McLaren, because we're gonna be going up against a 570S. I believe it's a low 10-second 570S. Got a good burn out there. Woo! 1101 is what the draggy's saying. Wow, 1101 at 127.7 miles an hour, guys. Wow, on a 177 60 foot. We'll go over all this when we get back to the line. Right now, let's go find out how much this thing actually weighs. Well, guys, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, but right there we're at exactly 4,000 pounds, which means that we dropped 85 to 90 pounds from removing our passenger seat and putting the rear drag pack on. Man, I can't imagine what it would have been like if we would have had the front skinnies on. We easily would have had that 1099 and man, oh. All right, anyways, let's get back to the lanes and try to get another run in. We are already back on the staging lanes and getting ready for the second run. We're gonna somewhat hot lap it, but in the meantime, let's show you guys what the track slip says. And I'll post this up on the screen, but there you have it, guys. Right off the bat, already came to do what we wanted to do. A 1098 at 125.4 miles an hour, 1.70 60 foot, 713 to the 8th at 102 miles an hour. So the car definitely picking up some power with this cooler weather, and the way it was able to hook off the line, we got that 170. Now if we look at our draggy, which I'll post up right now, that was an 1101 at 127.7. so little difference in the draggy and the track's mile an hour, but basically this thing is trapping pretty much over 125 and in the 10-second range with just the drag tire and the seat removed. That is insane. We're gonna go get our second run in. Hopefully, it looks like cars might have broken or something already, but we'll get the second run in and then we'll let the car cool down and do a final third run when the weather gets even better later on tonight. So stay tuned for that final run, which should be a lot better. We're going up against an all-wheel drive Audi. We'll see how that goes. Now the first time I basically left right off of idle, everything off in tour mode with the sound in track. This time I might try to stall it a little bit and see what difference that makes. Okay, launch is good. Put it back in drive. Let's see how we do. I'm gonna try to stall it to like about 1200 and see if it'll like that. It didn't like that at all. I tell everybody, guys, these cars do not like leaving off of anything but idle. If you try to like stall them or raise RPM, it doesn't make that much of a difference. We'll get the car parked, let it really cool down, and then go over the time slips and show you guys what some of the other cars out here are running tonight. Second run is in, and here we've got it, guys. It was a tad slower than the first one, but that was because it was really hot, and I think, like I said, leaving off of anything higher than idle is just not work. The car always tends to do a lot better when we leave right off of idle, and this was no exception. I'll put the screenshot up on the board, but we did a 174 60 foot where we had done a 170 before, 724 at 100.89, so about a mile slower to the 8th, and we lost about 2 miles in the quarter mile. So basically the heat soaking, all that is really going to affect the cars, guys, but it still did pretty good in 1114 at 123.5, so can't complain. The draggy shows an 1116 at 126, so we still did lose a little bit of mile per hour there. We're gonna let the car cool down, go see some of the cars running tonight, and we'll come back when the weather's a little better. This CTSV here, guys, it is running pretty damn good. This car's got the DSX billet lid, of course he's icing it down, the Rotofab Big Gulp, it's got a ported throttle body, I believe, and tuned. That's pretty much it, and it is running low 10.50s, 10.50s. It's gonna go 1040 tonight, and he just has a rear drag pack on this thing. This car is super impressive. I cannot wait till I get my Rotofab and get the car fully tuned, because it's gonna definitely wake it up. Got a Hellcat, and I believe on the left lane is a Whipple on super low boost SS. $1163, and we've got a $1187 for the Hellcat. Got another vet 1097 at 129. I believe that vet is got a Pro Charger on it. Really good times, really good. All right, let's see what the GT500's got. Pretty quick. 1102 for the GT500 at 133.4 miles an hour. Those GT500s have a ton of power and a big top end, but their launch with that DCT just doesn't give them enough power to get off the line fast enough. So they've got really good top end, but their short track is hurting them in the quarter mile time. Coming up next, we've got the CTS V3, guys, running and trying to get his 10.4 tonight. He has ran a 10.51 already. It's again the DSX tuning billet lid, Rotofab Big Gulp intake, and engine and trans tune. That's all that he's got with a rear drag pack. No weight reduction whatsoever. So let's see if he can get his 10.4. Took off really well. 10.54, not quite, but it took off really well. 127 miles an hour for the CTSV. Been watching a few cars run. The track was oiled down about twice, I believe, so lanes are probably gonna be packed, hopefully not, but let's get in the lanes. The car should be cold enough now to where we can go ahead and get in the lanes and try to run the best pass that we can. So hopefully we can get better than the 1098, but if not, at least another 10 would be awesome. So let's get to the car, get in the staging lanes, and get our next run in. We got our third run. We let this car cool down quite a bit, so we are ready to roll, guys. We are ready to roll. All right, guys, let's do this. Turn all the traction control stuff off. There we go. Got everything completely off. And whoa, that guy completely spun. All right, great burnout. Get the camera rolling. Let's see how this goes. That felt really good. Woo! So here we got the time slip, guys. A 169 60 foot. Best 60 foot yet, 101.5 to the 8th, and then an 1102 at 124.5. So really, really strong. And if we look at the draggy again showed an 1106 at 127 miles an hour. So definitely super strong for just removing the passenger seat and putting that drag pack in the back. Definitely can tell the tune needs some opening up. Once we get this thing tuned, it'll really let the car leave off the line and hopefully get us some better times. Very impressed with the ZL1. Let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think? Literally just taking 85 pounds out and letting some good tires in the back to really get it to hook, and we were able to drop 4/10 off of our time, going a little over 4/10. So 11.4 on street tires, 1098 on the drag pack, and picked up about 2 miles an hour. So really the biggest ET gain was from the launch and not having it spinning. Now with the data logs we saw, there was a lot of throttle body cutting off at the launch, which has to do with the stock tune and the stock transmission tune, the stock ECU tune. To limit the torque that it's seeing, it was closing and opening the throttle body on the launch up to about 4,000 RPM, and then finally letting it open. So all of that is gonna get fixed, and so the next step, guys, we're not coming back to the track until we've got the car with the cold air intake tuned. Super happy with the car so far. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do, because there is a lot of stuff coming. Like I mentioned, I have a lot of parts on order that are constantly coming to the house. So little by little, we're gonna get this thing faster and faster till it's as fast and faster than my Camaro SS. And of course, bring you guys along and do it step by step to show you guys what different mods do and whether you think it's going to be worth it for you or not, based on the price and how well the car reacts to them. So with that said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.